Okay, so now we're going to compare and contrast blackberries with wineberries. So we have here the blackberry. So as you know, the blackberry has a very dark fruit. It's kind of oblong and cluster. So you have small serrated leaves. You have rather a spray arrangement of fruit.
Leaves tend to come in clumps of 5.
Leaves tend to come in clumps of 5. You have a stem, which is not really fuzzy. It has very distinct thorns and kind of a smooth surface elsewise. Okay, so to compare that with the wineberry, there's a couple other differences. And also, typically before the fruit is ripe, you just see rather a red, hard, almost plasticky looking small cluster. Before that green. So let's come on over to the wineberries, making our way through the thorns here. So the wineberries are, sometimes they're called, some people mistake them for raspberries, sometimes they're called wine raspberries, etc. They're of course red. They kind of look like the raspberries you'd see in the store. One of the things that's really kind of distinctive about them is before you get this fruit, you have something that looks like this. There's rather this outer bristly pod that you see, which inside is a developing fruit. Okay, so another way you can tell once it's already past that point is the stem is super fuzzy looking. So you have all these little hairs on them as well as larger thorns that are spread throughout. You can probably see a couple thorns in here too. Another big difference is look at the leaves. The leaves tend to be much larger, they tend to be much more rounded.
They have a white underside.
And the leaves themselves have a white underside. Okay, so those are some of the features that distinguish a blackberry from a wineberry. And now is the 1st of July, both are in season. The wineberries tend to start coming into season a bit earlier than the blackberries, but when you get to late June, mid-July, pretty much they're both in bloom. And here's a nice example of a blackberry bramble and a wineberry bramble right near each other to compare and contrast. So this is a blackberry. Okay, so you see the little serrated leaves and clumps of 3, and then we see the more rounded leaves down here. So that's moving into the wineberry. If we go down, see we see the wineberry with the little distinctive fuzzy pods that the fruit's inside. So wineberry, blackberry.